Hello everyone to another Catan video. So I am in the first position and I see that there is a decent amount of brick on this board. Not a lot of ore, but 693 is an excellent spot to begin with. Also not a lot of wood. I mean it's decent amount of wood and a decent amount of sheep. Uh, 854 is also a great spot grabbing the best wheat and sheep on the board. But I think getting 639 is very strong. Getting the best ore and wood. I can also go for something like 692 point to the left, but I would rather get a little wood. And now for pointing, I think pointing upwards is fine. Building towards the 3 to 1 port. Pointing to the right, I might get cut off. And building towards the 3 to 1 port is always better. Yeah, goes for 8-5-10, which is also a very strong spot for red, especially because there isn't a lot of ore left. Anybody who gets 8-3-4 will have a very strong ore spot, but nothing after that. I think green here can have a very strong setup if they can go for something like, yeah, maybe something like 6-3-11, 8-5-10, and then building on the 3-1 port and the 4-11 wood port would be very strong. Although you are only playing with wood, brick, and ore, but I think you can easily compensate the lack of other resources with the 3 to 1 and the 2 to 1 port. Pink here has a difficult choice. Um, Pink can go for something like 8-3-4, but that would be a big risk because it will be difficult to get the 4-5-11 spot when it comes back to them. Pink goes for 8-5-10 themselves, which is completely understandable here. But I think that does leave the option of going for something like 4-5-11, 8-4-3-2 green. Uh, yeah, I mean, and so far even 6-5-9 spot is open, which is a very strong setup. That's the strongest producing spot on the board. I think, yeah, so green can also go for something like 6-5-9 and 9-10-2 and then try and build on the 6-2 spot. If it is open, red might want the 6-2 spot for themselves. Yeah, seems like green is going for 6-9-5. And I think 9-10-2 is the only good pairing with. Yeah, that is exactly what green does here. So pink here can go for 4-5-11. Although they play a game without any ore, they will have pretty good production of all the other resources. 6-3-11 is also an option. As I said, build on 6-3-11 and on 4-11. But yeah, most likely I think pink will go for 4-5-11 here. And then red can go for 8-3-4 and have a very strong Orvi cheap game. Red can also go for something like 3-6-11 here. Sorry, I mean pink. Yeah, it's a difficult choice. Yeah, so pink does go for 3-6-11 and does point to the right. Now red has only two options, either go for 8-3-4 or for 6-2. and I can go for 4-5-11 here, but I don't have any great expansion spots. I will surely point to the left and try build on. Okay, goes for 8-3-4 and points upwards, which is completely okay. And about my setup, as I was saying, I can build on 4-5-11 and then build on point to the left and build on 8-4. I think that is a good expansion spot for me. Just wondering if there are any other decent options. I think I can also start with a 9-10 and start with a 3:1 port directly. Yeah. So red does have a good setup to begin with. Green has great potential after they build on the 6-2 spot. Pink here has the weakest setup so far, I believe. And based on all that, I think I just have to go for a strong OB cheap setup. And going for 5-4-11 does help me get that. So my target would be to get on the 3:1 port. If I am able to cut off green on the 6-2 port, that would be the best case scenario because then green has a very tough game without because they don't produce any ore. But yeah, so that's the placement. Do let me know in the comments what do you think about the setup over here, and also please do subscribe to my channel. That does help me a lot. That said, let me just begin the game and move on. So I do know that red now has 3 ores in hand. So I will have to keep a track of that. And green does need a 6 so that they can build towards the 6-2. And green immediately does roll the 6. Pretty good roll for green. Green getting on the 6-2 spot would be very, very dangerous. They will be able to get a very strong Orvid sheep setup. They also have a little wood and brick, and they will have the brick port. So surely need to keep tabs on green. At this point, I don't think I have much of a choice. I'll go for a dev card, and I get a knight, which is completely all right. Here, I would want to build a road towards 8-4 first because I wouldn't want red to cut me off. I think that's a fine trade. I mean, I do give red a dev card, but okay. Sorry, I was also 8 just rolled. I did not think about that. So I do give red an early city, but I think that does make red the target. I would ask for an wood along with an ore. I know pink doesn't produce any wheat or sheep, so I can give both those resources for a wood and ore side. I don't mind that at all. Yeah, now pink is able to cut off red, which is pretty good. So on my turn, I should be able to get a road. Sorry, get another dev card. Yeah, I need a wood from green. I don't think green has any wood to give away because only 110 has rolled this game. and don't want to do that trade just yet. So, not sure what green can do. Green does do a 4 is to 1 and is able to get their setup. So, sorry, get their settlement. So, these early nines are pretty strong for green because they get a wheat and a sheep, and now they will also start producing ore. On my turn, I will get another dev card. I do get a knight, which is I would have loved to get a monopoly or year of plenty early on. That would be pretty strong. Let's see if I can get a wood and an ore for this trade. I do know that ore just rolled, a 3 has rolled and also a 5. So asking for both those cards is fine. Ping just wants to get a settlement, so yeah, they do agree with that trade. 7 is rolled. I think green might target me, or green can also target the 8 brick because both of them have uh, made some progress in the game. Yeah, it does do that. I roll a 12 here, which doesn't help anyone. So I will get my road, and maybe I should hold on to these cards because I already have two knights in hand, but I think I will go for another one. I do get a third knight, so I now surely have a huge lead when it comes to getting the largest army. I would do it for a brick and a wheat. I think red does have an extra brick in hand because a 10 had rolled after they had built a city. That seems that trade seems fine to me. I need to be a little more careful when it comes to trading. Over the last few games, I have made mistakes and lost the game because of some trade here and there, which doesn't make a lot of sense. So at this point, I think everybody has a very strong setup. Uh, Red already has an early city, whereas Green has very strong production, and Pink already has their uh, setup with the wood port ready, and they will surely be able to get to either one of the 3 to 1 ports. But if I have to consider something, I still think Green is the strongest at this point. I do roll another 6 here. I'm not sure if anybody has a wheat that they can give me. Yeah, seems like I might just have to end my turn with these cards in hand. I can build a road towards a 3 to 1 port if I don't want to get stolen. That is a decent option. I'm just considering if that's a good move though, because I don't produce any break and me getting trades for the break. But yeah, I actually retract that. I think I should be able to get trades for brick and wood for with pink. Pink would need sheep and wheat, which I do produce a lot of. So I will build a road and end my turn here. Yeah. So also I don't think I should be too concerned about being robbed. I think green and pink would be targeted a lot more than me because at least in the early part of the game. So yeah, that is surely something that I should keep in mind. Red here goes for a dev card. That's completely fine by me. So another strong role for green. Green should be able to get a. Yeah, I think green should be able to get a dev card at the very least because 6 had rolled, 5 and 9 both had rolled. So yeah, green does get a couple of dev cards. I do roll a 7 and at this point I think I have to target green. And I get a brick, so that's pretty good. I can offer a sheep for a wood. I believe pink might be willing to accept that trade. Yeah, I don't have wheat to give away. Yeah, pink wants a. I think this should be a fine offer. Pink should accept that. I don't. Pink doesn't accept it. So maybe I can just play a knight and then maybe steal from pink. I do get a brick. So let's see if I can get this trade now. If I don't, I will just go for a dev card. Yeah, so I think I just have to go for another dev card and I do get a victory point, which is just fine. So these fives have been rolling pretty frequently. I think red might be able to trade with pink. Yeah, red might. So pink might be able to get this trade with red. Unfortunately, I did not have an extra wheat in hand. And a 6 does roll, so me unblocking the 6 wasn't the best choice there. Here I. Okay, solo blocks red, I don't think that was the best move. I would have liked if they blocked the 8 break here. I do roll a 7, so unfortunately I might have to give up few of my cards. And yeah, I will be stealing from pink, hoping to get a wood. I get an ore, so yeah, I think I just have to go for another dev card here. Not much that I can do. I do get another victory point, so that's pretty good. And a 3 does roll, giving me the wood that I'm looking for. So now I just need 5, 11, 4, and 9 to roll so that I can get my settlement. 5 does roll. So now I'm just looking for a 4 or a 11 to roll. Blocks me, that's not what I was expecting. I think I just have to block steal from green back. And I get a sheep, which is unfortunate. I do roll a 6, so that is something, but so although green does have a lead when it comes to getting the largest army now because they have already played 2 knights, they can just play a third one and get the largest army if the dev card that they have is a knight. but not much that I can do here. I do have two victory points in hand, so that is surely something that I have to keep in mind. Yeah, I think pink here has quite a few ores in hand, and I might be able to offer something like this. Yeah, I think pink might just have to do a 4:1 if they don't get any trades. So yeah, that is just outrageous. But I don't think anybody has the. I wouldn't want to give that trade to pink at all at this point because pink is also in a pretty strong position and they will be easily able to get the longest road now. A 7 does roll again when I have 8 cards, so I might have to give up a few cards again this turn as well. Hopefully, I am not targeted by green as he did in the last move. So now I do think that I need to start blocking pink. Yeah, I think this is what I have to do. I don't have much of a choice here. I can't be offering a wheat because I don't want green to get a city. And 8 does roll, and because the 8 is blocked, I don't think so I'll be able to get a trade from anyone. Yeah, at this point, I think I just have to hold my cards. I don't want to get another dev card just yet. I want to make some progress by building some settlement or city somewhere. Yeah, so I think red will be able to get their second city exactly. A pretty strong knight by red there. I think pink will still be willing to offer a wheat, sorry, want a wheat for the ore that they are offering. Maybe this trade isn't the best, but okay, so they get a 2:1 trade with red, and now surely pink and red are the biggest threat of the game. On my turn, I will be playing the knight, blocking the 8. Wow, that's a huge offer. Like they're asking for a little too much for this trade. Yeah, it's like although I do want the break, but I they do play the monopoly here and just get two over in return. So now green is also able to get a city, but at this point I think I have no option but to target pink and red, and I'll steal from red because I'm for sure pink doesn't have any wheat. Pink did not have any brick. A 11 rolled, so pink has two wood and a sheep. So a 6 does roll here. Let's see if anybody wants a sheep for brick trade. This would give me a settlement and a dev card. I can't do a 2:1 with anyone at this point. Although when it comes to points, I have the lead, but when it comes to setup, I don't think I have the lead there. And I do go for another dev card here. I do get another victory point. So It's very sneaky that because people might not think of me having 3 victory points in hand. Let's see, I might be able to trade with ping, get a brick for a sheep. Yeah, ping should be able to get the longest road pretty soon. 12 rolls, that doesn't help anyone just yet. I might be able to give a sheep, but nothing else. Unfortunately, fours haven't rolled up quite a bit, or else that would have given me the cards that I'm looking for. Green does go for another dev card there. Yeah, the only card that I can offer at this point is a sheep, and that too only for a 1:1. So, although I know I am replying with the same trade over and over again, that might be a little irritating, but that's the only trade I have that I can offer. So, a 7 does roll here. It is difficult to block everyone here, but I think I will be blocking the 6 and stealing. I do get the break, so that's pretty good. That should increase my wheat production and also add a new number in my rolls. So I did not produce anything on an 8 now, but now I do produce a wheat. So yeah, I think Pink should be able to get the settlement and the longest road this turn. So they would be on 8 points. I'm a little worried that Green might be able to steal my largest army away from me because I don't have any extra knights in hand. So, okay, Ping just gets a settlement. Yeah, does play the knight. Should be blocking pink. Okay, still blocking red. Don't think that's the right move, but uh, that's fine for now. Yeah, does get another dev card, so pretty sure I am in the risk of losing my largest army. So yeah, at this point I think I'll just hold on to the cards I have. Not much that I can do. Steals from me. Wow, so I am a little surprised because I am on a hidden 8. I should be only on 5. And even if they expect me to have 1 or 2 victory points, but yeah, that's just surprising. So green will not only be able to take my largest army, but also, uh, yeah, and the 6 gets blocked. A little unlucky there. And I think pink just cuts off red, yeah. So that building that single road was a mistake by red for sure. On my turn, I think I will only be able to get a single dev card. Wow, plays a road building but not a knight. So probably they do not have any knights in hand. And now should be able to build on the 12 2:1 sheep spot. Wow, builds on the, yeah. So this could have easily built on the 9-12 spot if they had built on the bottom tile. Pretty surprised with that move there. Yeah, I don't have much of a choice. I have to go for a dev card. I do get a knight, but I don't think that's enough. A 7 would be a pretty good roll at this point. Rolls a 4 instead. So maybe pink is able to get a city this turn. Yeah, pink does get another city and is already on 9 points now. And I do lose my largest army. So that's pretty bad for me because game might end in the very next turn. I will surely be playing my knight now, and I don't think I have much of a choice here. I have to block pink, and I mean I have to block and steal from pink. I might end up just getting a wood, but that's, yeah, I expected that, but didn't have much of a choice there. And with the cards I have in hand, I can't even do much. I just have to end my turn there. So pink can easily win the game. They should be able to get another city and finish the game. So yeah, maybe if I hadn't had so many victory points, I would have been able to keep hold of my largest army. Only 4 dev cards left. So yeah, pink just wins the game there, and I end up on the third position. Uh, yeah, actually I end up on the bottom position because both red and green had red had 2 victory points as well. So not sure what I think of the game. I maybe my setup could have been a little better if I had built on 3, 10, 11, and then tried getting on the 9. Yeah, maybe I just got too many dev cards early on. I could have held on to a few and gotten a city. That would have been better for my production. Because every time a 5 and 6 rolled, green got a lot more than I did. And so did, I mean, with every 6 that rolled, green got a couple of bricks and an ore, whereas I only got a single ore. So not getting early cities was my downfall. Also, if my dev cards would have been a little better, like instead of getting 3 victory points, I did not get any monopoly or year of plenty in that game. So that also did affect the game to some extent. So yeah, I mean, a little bit of unfortune or being a little unlucky there with these victory points. But I think my bigger mistake was not getting an early city. Should have just held on to my cards and gotten an early city. That would have been the best option. Yeah, rolls wise, the die wasn't pretty good. Very few eights and sevens, lots of fives and sixes. Yeah, not sure what. Threes also did roll quite a bit. Like threes rolled 6 times. So that was a pretty good, strong spot for both pink and red getting overs. So yeah, I think not getting cities was the downfall. Uh, yeah, Let's see the elo board. I do lose quite a lot of elo on that game. So that's a little unfortunate. I am at 1291 now, so that puts me at 882. Not the best, but the lesson learned. I think I need to be more careful with getting dev cards early on. After two nights, I should have just held on to the cards rather than just going for more dev cards and hoping for a monopoly or a year of plenty. So that surely was a mistake on my part. Pink also had a very strong setup with their strong 3 to 1 port and the wood port. I did predict that Pink would be in a very good position, and so it was. Green too in a very strong position, but not much that I could do there to slow Pink down. Anyways, bye for now and see you again in the next video.